Hi guys and welcome back. I've got that nostalgia feeling, but in all fairness, I never owned one of these as a kid. So I've managed to pick myself up a Snes Mini. Thought you might be interested to have a look-see at it. Let's take a look. Thought I'd bring you guys up to speed with some of the news that's out there. And the biggest rumour, I suppose, involving the likes of Microsoft at the moment is, are they actually going to purchase Electronic Arts, EA games? It's the only way Microsoft are going to be able to fix their enormous hole of exclusive content. Compared to Sony and the PS4, they're a million miles apart. If anybody was to ask me what's the best console to get at the moment, I'd say go with the most powerful. It's obviously the Xbox One X. It's the biggest, baddest console on the planet at this moment in time. But if you're going to ask me about the games, it's a sure winner. It's the PlayStation with the PS4 on PS4 Pro. They have such a bigger, exclusive game library in comparison to Microsoft. Yes, you've got Halo. Yes, you've got Gears of War. But you're missing out on the likes of Horizon Zero Dawn and games like this, which are absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. And you just haven't got enough third-party developers doing exclusive games for you. So the only way you're going to do it is by the likes of EA. Now, can they afford it? Of course they can afford it. But you're buying the biggest software developer on the planet, or rather the biggest third-party software developer. And just to put some meat on the bone and give you guys some numbers, as I've already said, Electronic Arts are the biggest third-party video game publisher in the world with over 8,000 employees. I just had to check the number, and have a revenue of almost 5 billion, but they're always bigger fish. And the rumours are that Microsoft could be looking to make EA their next purchase. Could that actually happen? It could. I don't think it's out of their reach, to be quite honest, but it's whether or not EA want to go down that avenue and be owned by the likes of Microsoft. We'll just have to wait and see. The other bit of news that I just wanted to share with you as well, the Commodore 64, the old-fashioned bread bin itself. Did you know there's a new version of it due out in March? I think it's March the 29th if memory serves. It's going to cost you £74. You can see a picture on your screen now of it. And it is basically a plug and play version of it. It's going to come with at least 80 games. Very nostalgic. I don't think it'll do anywhere near as good as the likes of the NES and the Snes Mini. I think it may do better than the Sega Mega Drive plug and play that they keep bringing out year after year, which is absolutely terrible, by the way. But nostalgic fan like myself, yeah, I'll probably get one because I love the Commodore 64. It was my very first home computer and my very first, if you like, gaming machine that I played on. So I've got a lot of love for that. So it's called the C64. You can actually pre-order it now. And like I say, it's only going to cost you £74. Will plug directly into your HDMI TV. The keyboard on it, it doesn't work. It's just there for show. But because it's got USB ports, you can actually plug a keyboard into it and play all those games. I could actually see them bringing out further games, and you know the hackers and the mods will want to get hold of it and load up. The Commodore 64 had a ginormous gaming library. I think it's over 10,000 games. I don't think anyone's actually got a proper figure on it. But to play some of those old nostalgic games on your modern HDMI telly, thumbs up, brilliant. And to use a Competition Pro joystick again, fantastic. So, March the 29th, I'll keep you posted whether or not I get one or not. Right, so Snes Mini. I picked mine up actually just after Christmas, so sorry it's taken me a while to do this video for you guys, but as you can see on the box there, 21 games, and just to rattle them off, obviously these are all pre-installed, and the back of this is a German, which doesn't help me. But you've got the likes of The Legend of Zelda, Secret of Mana, Street Fighter 2, and I thought you guys would be interested. We'll take a look-see at it. You obviously get the controller. This time, in comparison to the NES Mini, it's got a much longer lead, which is very welcomed. But I never used any of the original controllers. I haven't got one. For me, if I'm honest, it feels a little bit small, but I think it's one of those. It's a plug and play. You're just going to plug it in every now and then. You're not going to be hammering it to death. But the unit itself, there you have it. So just pull that out. There's your joystick ports. That all plugs in there. It feels like a very sturdy bit of equipment. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is a plug and play. And all you've got is your power port and your HDMI ports at the back there, controller ports at the front, and you have got your power switch and a reset button, and that's really all you need. The only qualm I have probably got with it is you tight-fisted gits at Nintendo, you couldn't be bothered putting a plug in there? Come on, guys. I mean, really, what would it have cost? But power lead's a good length as well, you know, so I'm happy for that. The only difference between this and standard systems you can pick up is mine ain't got 21 games on it. I've had it modded. I've got over 80 games on it. So without further ado, let's take a look at those games. Right, absolute final bit of news. Some gaming figures have just come out. In fact, they were released officially today. I actually heard them properly on the national news, in fact BBC Radio 2, on Thursday. And that is, you lot spent over 5 billion on games last year. The biggest growth area was PC. It's up 51%, gone from 249 million to 376 million. But for the 4th year running, the market leader is still the PlayStation 4. And, you know, it's sold more than 1 million units in the UK. The segment has grown from 507 million to 659 million. Software is still the biggest money driver, 3.56 billion. So this is all the games you buy, all the consoles and gaming PCs you buy, and all the digital downloads you lot buy. In the UK alone, over 5 billion spent last year. It's the biggest industry. It's bigger than film. It's bigger than music. Damn, I wish I did better at school. Right, well, as you switch it on, as you can see, you just get this main menu. At the top there, you've got your display, your options, your language, obviously Nintendo legal notices, and manuals for the games. I'm just then going to take you through all the games that are actually on here. I'm going to show you the first 21, and then I'll show you the others. Right, as you can see, I've got this bit speeded up now. I don't want to take forever showing you guys exactly what games are on there. I want to show you guys a few of the games. So then in another folder, I've got another 21 games. And then in another folder, I've got a further 19. So we'll just quickly rattle through these, and then I'll show you some gameplay footage. remember hearing about this. Never played it back in the day, but the colours absolutely pop, and it does look good on my HDMI TV still. A little blocky, I must admit, but the colours are fantastic, and the game is a brilliant game. You can't do one of these videos without doing at least a Mario. So, Super Mario World. Again, never played this one back in the day, never owned a Snes as you guys know, but it looks brilliant. I went off platforming games for a while, but I wouldn't actually mind giving this one a bash. This next game really did prove that you could do proper 3D flight simulations back in the day. I still think it looks brilliant now. What do you guys think? This one has to be one of my all-time favourite games. I've played it on the arcades, I've played it on countless systems. Whenever I'm at the expo, I'm looking for it on the super graphics. I just love Ghouls and Ghosts, or Ghosts and Goblins. Doesn't matter which, it's got to be played. Never played this one either back in the day. I actually tried to buy this recently and it went for absolute silly money. So I thought I'd definitely have a little look-see at this one. I decided to put this one on because it looked a little bit different at first, but then the second I started moving Batman, I just started laughing my ass off. I think the graphics are terrible, but hey ho. Well, another side-scrolling beat-em-up, but this time it's the excellent Double Dragon. I really enjoyed playing this on my old bread bin Commodore 64. And the last game I'm going to show you on the Snes is R-Type 3. Yeah, it's a brilliant shoot 'em up on any console, 9 times out of 10. Sorry about my shocking gameplay. I really should practice some more before I play some of these old school games. But there you have it. But while I was shooting it, it suddenly dawned on me, well, what's the difference between that and a Raspberry Pi? Yeah, I've got the Super Nintendo skin on this as well. But what's the real difference? They're both emulators. That's all they're doing is emulating the games. In fact, in some cases, I bet you the emulation software is identical. So yeah, this is a Nintendo licensed product and this isn't. You know, they both have HDMI out. So I thought, let's take a look at some of the games on this. Let's do a little bit of a comparison. As you can see here on the Raspberry Pi, it's got RetroPie installed. Very simple system to use. I'm just obviously showing you now how many different systems. You've got Kodi on there as your media center as well, and there is over 4,000 games on this, and they all seem to work perfectly. I've yet to find one that doesn't work. I couldn't see much difference there with R-Type, could you? This is a game that it's got a fantastic thumping soundtrack. When I spotted it, I thought, you know what? Let's have you guys have a listen.
The stage is set. The green flag drops. Shred is dominating the race. Snake was lost out there. Rip is about to blow. Shred jams into first. Rip is about to blow. Shred is dominating the race.
Virtual Fighter, you know, I first spotted this at Alton Towers in the UK, and I must have wasted 50 quid on that machine. I thoroughly loved it. Brilliant game. Yeah, it's slow, it's blocky, but you know what? There's a lot of nostalgia there. R-Type, can't help myself, can I? R-Type Delta, fantastic game on the PS1. In fact, if you watch an earlier video, I've done a review on this. Damn, I'm crap. I really do need to practice. So, what's the difference between the two of them? Absolutely nothing. I'll just quickly bring in the NES Mini as well. They're both emulation devices, that's all they are. Except these two only come with a certain amount of games. Yes, I've got more on this, but to what end? Because this holds so much more. Over 4,000 games I've got on this, and I can use Kodi as well. It's a microcomputer. It's designed to do so much more than the Snes Mini and the NES Mini. So, did I waste my money in buying this? I suppose you could argue, well, yeah, you did. What's the point in owning this when you can do so much more with a Raspberry Pi? The difference is nostalgia reasons, that's why these sell. But let's be honest, if it's all about the games, don't even bother. Just get one of these. If that's all you're interested in games, get yourself a Raspberry Pi. It's just as cheap, you'll do so much more with it, you get so much more bang for your buck. But 10, 20 years, which one's going to be worth more? Yes, it's going to be this little beauty. And that's really, for me, why I've also got it. You know, yeah, I'm a game collector. I am about collecting games. I collect the consoles as well. But these things are going up in price. And let's be honest, there's only so many of these made. They churn out a new one of these now every couple of years. So, on that note, I'd like to thank you lot for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this. Subscribe for more. I'm on every Tuesday and every Friday. And I'll catch you guys again. Drop me a comment. Tell me what you think. Is there any other emulation devices out there we should be looking at? Let me know. Again, thanks for watching. Take care.